ओके, मग
आपण
बघू
ते
कसं.
झालं की नाही बघूया
चालेल
किंवा 2 मिनिटांनी.
चालेल. बघ आता मी चालू केली रेकॉर्डिंग.
ओके. So, dear friends, it is a very warm welcome to all of you for the TYBSc. This is a very first lecture we are going for the TYBSc. As you know that we are going to start with the semester 5th, and in the semester 5th again there are the 5 papers to you. The paper 1, paper 2, paper 3, paper 4 and paper 5th. The paper 5th is a little bit different, that is to be called as a horticulture, that is to be known as an applied component. Today we are going to start the lecture, and rather we will start the all the way our TYBSc botany, and that is regarding to the semester 5th and the paper 1. So the paper code is a 501. So paper it is called as a 1. Paper it is called as a, what is the title of the paper? That is a plant diversity third. Title of the paper is a plant diversity third. Actually it is a paper 1 of the semester 5th. So why it is called as a third? Because plant diversity first paper you completed in the FYBSc, plant diversity second paper you completed in the SYBSc, and now it is a plant diversity paper third in the TYBSc. So this is the first paper of the TYBSc, but for the plant diversity is a third paper. So let us go with the syllabus detail of the plant diversity paper third, or the first paper of the semester 5th. Hope you are not confusing. So it is a paper first of the TYBSc, paper third of the plant diversity. So to avoid the confusion, we will say that it is a paper 1 of the TYBSc semester 5th. Now in this paper semester 5th, this is how you can see over here. There is a unit 1. So in all you can see that there are the different units. There are the 4 units. So there are the 4 units, and unit 1 of that paper is the algae. So let us revise that. In the algae there is a division rhodophyta, classification, general characteristics, cell structure, pigment, reserve food material, range of the thallus, reproduction, asexual, alternation of generation, economic importance, and systematic position of the Polysiphonia and Batrachospermum. Means how much algae you are supposed to learn. There are the 2 algae you are supposed to learn. One is to be called as a Polysiphonia. This is the Polysiphonia, and the second algae is to be known as a Batrachospermum. So last year in the SYBSc, how many algae you learned? You learned about the 2 algae. If you recall the mind, that is first is the sargassum and second one is the dictyota. Similarly friends, now in the TYBSc, we are supposed to learn about the Polysiphonia as well as the Batrachospermum. Then we have to go with the, this is the unit 1 algae, that is the first part, division rhodophyta. Then again the second division is there, that is to be called as a division Chrysophyta. Division Chrysophyta. Again in the division Chrysophyta we have to learn about the Walkeria. In the division Chrysophyta we have to learn about the Walkeria. So this is the third algae we are supposed to learn in the unit 1. And then the next one is that classification and general characteristics of the division Basidiophyta. And in the Basidiophyta again we have to learn about the Pinnularia. So this is what we have to learn about the 4 algae. I repeat the same. The first algae we are supposed to learn is the Polysiphonia, second one is to be known as a Batrachospermum, third is called as Walkeria, and next one is called as a Pinnularia. So these are the 4 algae we are supposed to learn. It's a life history, life cycle, and this is all about the algae. This is all about, we can say that, the unit 1, and then we will go with the unit 2. In the unit 2 we are supposed to learn about the Agaricus, Puccinia and Alternaria. So these are the life cycle of the Agaricus, life cycle of the Puccinia, and we have to learn about the life cycle of the Alternaria. So in the unit 1, 4 algae we are supposed to learn, and in the unit 2 fungus is there, and in the fungus we are supposed to learn how many fungi. There are the 3 fungus. One is a Agaricus, second is the Puccinia, and third one is a Alternaria. So in all, in the unit 1 we are supposed to learn the 4 algae, unit 2 we are supposed to learn the fungus, and how many fungus we are supposed to learn? We are supposed to learn the fungus. Of course, there are the 3 fungi we are supposed to learn. Besides the fungus, there are the general topic, we will go with that later on, and then we have to come with the unit 3. Now in case of the unit 3, we have to see about that what are the contents of the unit 3. Now in case of the unit 3, we are going to say that there is the presence of the plant pathology. Now in case of the plant pathology, so we know that plant pathology, it is more related to the fungus again. But what is the difference in the mycology and plant pathology? So mycology exclusively deals with the fungus, while the plant pathology, the disease causing science. Now the disease may be caused by the virus. So do you know which is the virus? Dreaded virus nowadays? Of course you are, all of us, we are suffering entire world from that, and that is nothing but about the coronavirus. So disease may be caused by the viruses, disease may be caused by the fungus, disease may be caused by the bacteria, disease may be caused by the algae also, disease may be caused by the fungus also, disease may be caused by the any different parameters. The science which deals with the study of the diseases is to be called as a pathology. Now, in case of the pathology, the disease causing organism may be the living being, may be non-living being. So you may be surprised that generally disease is caused by the living organisms. Of course, it's very true. But certain times non-living things also cause the disease. Means, say for example, there is a sunstroke. So at the time of the sunstroke, there is no any type of the living pathogen. But sun is a non-living thing. Because of that, we suffer a lot, and that is to be called as a non-living also causes the disease. Say for example, we are running or we are walking, and while walking we failed. Now due to the fail, we got an injury. So getting the injury, that is a physical injury, is also to be called as a disease. So disease is caused by the diseases is caused by the living organism as well as the non-living organism. The science which deals with the study of the diseases is to be called as a pathology. The science which deals with the study of the fungus is to be called as a mycology. Now to study the fungus is the unit to be called as a unit 2 fungus. That is a fungi, that is a mycology. Then unit 1 we said that there are the 4 algae supposed to study, and which are the 4 algae? The one is to be called as we have been seeing that the Batrachostoma, second one is to be called as a Polycythemia, third one is to be called as Walkeria, next one is to be called as a Pinolaria. Study of the algae is to be called as a algology. Is to be called as a algology. Study of the fungus is to be called as a mycology. But beside that, we know that there is another type of the organism called as a bryophytes. So what is the study of the bryophyte is to be called as? Yes, of course, it is called as a bryology. So there is a algology, there is a mycology, there is a bryology, and now we are coming with the pathology. Now what is the plant pathology? The disease caused, study of the diseases caused to the plant is to be called as a plant pathology. So as I said that pathology is different than that of the mycology. So mycology is exclusively study of the fungus, while pathology is a study of the diseases caused to the organism by the living things or by the non-living things. So here we are coming with about the plant pathology. So in the plant pathology, this is the entire one unit. Now what is the plant pathology? It is the study of the plant diseases, their causative organism, what are the symptoms. So we are knowing that at present entire world, entire India, Maharashtra, or Muru, Raigad, everyone is suffering from the one of the disease, that is what the corona. So what is its a causative organism of the corona? Of course the virus called as a COVID-19. What are the symptoms? We are knowing about the symptoms. So it is a shrilling, the temperature, and it is getting a very hamper while the respiration, So these are the symptoms. Similarly, how is predisposed, means how the coronavirus disposed from the one place to the other place, and of course that is through the air. So how it is going to get disposed? It is disposed by the air. So this is what we have to say, that disposed. Then disease cycle. How exactly corona enters in the one organism of the human being and to the next organism. This is how it's a cycle continues. And then we are coming to the control measure. So at present we are not having the control measure for the corona. So why I am giving this example, this is what to be called as a pathological study, and of course it is not a pathology, it is not a plant pathology, it is to be called as a animal pathology, it is a human pathology. So it is a human pathology because of which we are not talking we are not having a scenario of the delivering the lecture in front of us. Means this is what the virtual lecture, why we are taking the virtual lecture, this is only because of the pathology, this is only because of the COVID-19, this is only because of the corona. So that is how we are engaging the virtual lecture, because of the pathology. So here we are learning about the plant pathology. So in the plant pathology, what we are learning the same things. What are the positive organisms, what are the symptoms, what are the predisposing factors, what are the disease cycle and controlling measure of the diseases. Which diseases? Of course we have to learn about the three diseases. One is to be called as loose smut of the jawar. So this is one disease to be known as loose smut of the jawar. Then the next disease we have to learn about the ticca disease of the groundnut. Next disease is to be known as a ticca disease of the groundnut. And the next one is to be called as a damping off disease, and this is known as a damping off. Means when the plant is erect but it damp off because of the causative organism or the fungus or that pathogen causes at the root level, causes at the stem junction, and that's how the plant damp off. So it is to be called as a damping off disease. So these are the three diseases we have to learn in case of the plant pathology. So this is about the third unit, and then we have to come with the next unit of the paper 1 of the semester 5 of the TYBSc, and that is what to be called as a microbiology. Now in case of the microbiology, we know that microorganisms. So let me ask you that what is the difference between the microbe and the microorganism. So microbe, generally we say that the microbe is the singular one, microorganisms are in the plural one. What is the difference about the organism and microorganism? The name itself indicates that what is the difference in that. Microorganisms are the living organisms but which we can't see by the naked eye. We have to observe them under the microscope, and such type of organisms are generally called as a microorganisms, and we have to learn about the microorganism in sense of the paper unit 4 of the paper 1. So unit 4 paper 1 we have to say about the types of the microbes. Now these are the, we have to learn about the microbes, different types of the microbes. Certain microbes are spherical, they are called as a coccus. Certain are rod shaped, certain are in the chain, streptococci, streptobacillus, certain are comma shaped, vibrio bacteria, certain are the comma shaped. Means there are the various shapes and various sizes of the microorganism. So we have to learn about the types of the microbes. As per according to its shape, there are the various types. Besides that, some of the microbes are the pathogenic, some of the microbes are the non-pathogenic. Some of the microbes are very virulent, means very much pathogenic. Means there are so many types of the microorganisms. So we have to learn about the types of microbes. Then we have to go with the culturing. Now how exactly to multiply or how exactly to carry out the culture of the microorganism, especially about the bacteria. Say for example, in case of the bacteria, a very used bacteria in the laboratory is to be known as Escherichia coli. Now this Escherichia coli we have to multiply, we have to cultivate in the laboratory, and that type of the multiplication, that type of the growing the microorganism in the laboratory under the laboratory conditions is to be called as a culturing. So for the culturing, it is to be carried out by the sterilization. We have to, these are the different steps. So sterilization, medium preparation, staining, then to study its quality characteristic. So these are to be called as some of the steps for the culturing. And next we have to learn in the microbiology, that is to be called as a pure culture. Now about this, we have to create a pure culture. Means say for example we want to go for the study of the exclusively Escherichia coli. So when we want to grow the Escherichia coli, the probability is that there is a contamination. Any other microorganism maybe grow along with the Escherichia coli, but there are the techniques by which we can grow the only Escherichia coli and in the pure form, and that is what to be called as a pure culturing. So this is another technique we have to say about. And then we have to say about what are the roles of the microorganism in the fermentation. So fermentation is one of the process which is to be also known as anaerobic fermentation, anaerobic respiration. So we know that there is a respiration, that we inhale the O2 and expel the CO2. This is what to be called as external respiration. This is what to be called as external respiration. Now when we inhale the oxygen, it goes in every cell via the blood, and in the cell the oxygen is utilized for the oxidation of the complex organic food material to get the energy, and this is to be called as actually the cellular level respiration. This is to be known as a cellular respiration. When the respiration is required or respiration takes place in presence of oxygen, then it is to be called as, of course, the aerobic respiration. But when the respiration takes place in absence of oxygen, then it is to be called as an anaerobic respiration. This anaerobic respiration is also to be known as a fermentation. So of course we have to learn about the fermentation, means we have to learn about the respiration in absence of oxygen in the microorganism. Means we carry out the respiration, of course the aerobic respiration, and the microorganism carry out the respiration in absence of oxygen. So that is to be called as anaerobic respiration, that is to be known as a fermentation. So we have to learn about the fermentation. So in case of the fermentation, production of alcohol by using the yeast with the help of the sugary substance. So we have to, on one hand we have to get the sugary substance, we have to add in that yeast, we have to keep it for the 4-5 days, it forms the alcohol. Why? Because of the yeast is a microorganism, it undergoes the fermentation, it converts the sugary substance, it converts the sugar into alcohol, and this is to be called as anaerobic fermentation. And similarly we have to get the antibiotics by the anaerobic fermentation. One of the most used antibiotic is penicillin, and that penicillin is also get as a byproduct, as a product for the human being for overcoming the diseases, and that is antibiotic, and that is once again through the microorganism. So this is in all the structure of the paper 1. This is in all the structure of the paper 1, and this is how we have to go with the paper 1, or in the bracket you can say that plant diversity paper 3rd of the semester 5th. And how many units are there? Just we will revise. There are the 4 units. The first unit is of the algae, the second unit is of the fungus, the third unit is of the plant pathology, and fourth unit is of the microorganism. Now similarly in the algae we have to learn about the 4 algae. In the fungus or in the mycology we have to learn about the 3 fungi, and in case of the third unit, that is a pathology, plant pathology, we have to learn about the diseases. So what are the diseases? I said that any deviation from the normal is to be called as a disease. Now when the disease is there to study is in the plants, then it is called as a plant pathology. Now in the plant pathology, as we said that there are the 3 diseases we have to learn. One is about the loose mud of the java, typical disease of the groundnut, and the damping of the disease. And then we have to learn about the unit 4th, and that is about the microbiology. So in the microbiology, what we are supposed to learn? We are supposed to learn about the types of the microorganisms. We have to learn about the culturing. We have to learn about the how exactly to develop the pure culture and what is the utilization of the microorganisms. There are the so many utilization of the microorganisms, of course, but we have to learn about the one best utilization on the industrial scale, and that is nothing but the fermentation. How to go for the alcohol fermentation, how to go for the antibiotic fermentation. So friend, this is in our way of the paper third, plant diversity, or otherwise paper 1 of the unit paper 1 of the semester 5th. So this is in all the nature of the our paper 1. Before to start with the paper 1, I would like to talk with you in general, and then we will go with the paper 1 unit 1.